Ain't no half stepping with Marcus J live from the Den Legacy Internet Radio. Thank y'all for rocking with us as we continue throughout tonight's show. Y'all rock with us. We gonna roll with y'all. Dating Pool Diva is saying that she definitely wanted to make sure that she checked in with us, and she is sorry that she couldn't be here to bring us the Diva Diaries, but she will bring them to us on a later show to be determined. She also says bring it on Ruben. She thinks that she's got enough energy to fight with you tonight. By the way, MC Light is the dopest female MC of all time. She was a pioneer before most of them other female MCs. 100% agree with my sister, the Dating Pool Diva. For once, I agree with her. Love her. Come back soon, and we'll see you soon in the studio. Ain't no half step on Marcus J live from the Den Legacy and that radio. Big Rube, it's time for you to take us through a walk around the round table. What you got, brother?
So what we gonna do this week?
Okay.
It is gonna be more of a group picking situation.
Okay.
I have 7 pieces on the round table.
Okay.
And
so
you get to pick which one through 7.
Okay. So we're gonna do half of them 1 through 7 now, and the other half later in the show.
Yeah, sure. But instead of me determining what we do,
okay,
you and Mr. 3375 will determine what we do.
Okay, so obviously I'm guessing that the numbers correspond with the story.
Correct.
Okay, and so who's picking first?
You can, since you're talking.
Oh, okay. Well, anybody that knows me that knows that my favorite number is 6 for equality, so I'm going to go with number 6.
All right. Number 6. Nope, that's not it.
You would think that he would have had this ready for us, Jay.
Yeah.
You would think, because he knew that he was coming in to do live radio, and he's unprepared. It's just Ruben.
First of all, I'm not unprepared. Second of all,
it's Ruben.
Nobody cares about you.
Ruben.
So
is that R-U or R-U-E, Ruben?
R-U-E gets you talking about somebody else.
Oh, or a sandwich. I got you. Go ahead.
So, all right. Here's a question. So, of course, yesterday I subjected myself once again to this dumb movie that I really can't stand, but it was on TV and nothing else was, so I did it anyway. So, after watching the movie, Why Did We Get Married To?
Oh, good grief.
Janet Jackson's character plays a psychologist who has showed very little emotion after their son passed away. While Malik Yoba, her husband, grieves for his son, she becomes very distant from him in her marriage. At the end of the movie, she puts on a negative public display at his job and challenges him to be, quote, be a man, not a bitch, unquote. As he is walking away from her, attempting not to confront her, he then gets into his car while she is still screaming at him and speeds away, only to be hit by a truck at the intersection. He dies. A year later, she meets a gentleman who asks her out on a date, who is The Rock. Is this a victory for her?
Yep. It's a victory for her.
Hold on, man. And see, Mr. 3375 know what I'm talking about. Yeah. Because if you've seen that movie, she is like the meanest bee on the planet.
Yeah, I mean, I got you on that, but I mean,
does she deserve The Rock by any means? I mean, come on, man, that's a win.
Yeah, I guess it is, but it's also Tyler Perry, and you know he's all about you know women empowerment and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, because he never show brothers love. Ever.
He's a women's liver. Yeah, we getting a hit from our sister Michelle K.
Hey Michelle
K.
What up, yo?
She's saying peace to everybody. Shout out to you. Thank you for checking in.
But is he winning? I mean, she winning?
Yeah, she won that.
I mean.
She won that. I mean,
she had a tragedy happen.
Two.
The 2 tragedies. Well, the tragedy. I mean, I'm going to it. So slow down. She had a tragedy happen, and she performed very poorly in how she, dealt with the tragedy, which ultimately led to another tragedy. And then she had some time going, but she still ended up with 2 tragedies, and then she ended up having a victory later on. I'm not seeing a problem.
I mean, I'm seeing a problem. I mean, because she was probably, there are a lot of movies that I would dare say that there are people I just don't like. She was probably the biggest bee that I've ever seen in any movie to him. Like, he could do nothing right.
Yeah, but how many movies have you seen men or worse?
But you know what? A lot of people.
But men don't be winning like that.
But you know what? The dude, what was the other dude named? The dark-skinned dude, the one that had cancer or something? in the movie.
Yeah,
Jill. He won too,
who was
though.
married to Jill Scott.
Yeah, he won kind of in the movie too because she stayed with him, went to his chemo and everything. She with the other dude, so he was kind of winning too.
That was a little shady too.
Yeah,
but I ain't talking about Jill Scott today.
So he was kind of winning too. Like he definitely treated her like.
That's the one, the dark-skinned dude who had the other girlfriend.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, the first one.
Yeah, he was a real ass. But he
was just as bad as her.
Yeah.
I mean, you see movies all the time where the dudes are really nasty and they win. So I'm not going to begrudge, Tyler putting that on Janet. I've never really found Janet to be a good actress, so it'd been nice if they could have had somebody else playing that role.
I agree with you. I agree with you with that.
Yeah, she's not a great actress. She's not a good actor, and maybe
she played crazy pretty well though.
Yeah, she just played.
But you know what?
I don't know if I would say.
But you know what? I think all that because that movie came out right after Michael died. And I think she had that emotion. Yeah,
it did.
She had that emotion, like that bedroom scene. When I watched that bedroom scene, I was like,
I think they were in filming when he died.
Yeah,
they were filming it when he died. Yeah.
She released all that emotion from that Michael death.
Golf clubs started smashing crap.
Yeah.
Yo, they were. His friends were like, "Oh man, I don't know if I want to be here." What do you mean you leaving and not telling her? Yeah. What is wrong with you?
I don't remember it that well because it was such it was such a poor movie. I only saw it that one time.
To me, all his movies.
And some of them are okay.
I don't. But then you saw Tyler Perry had to deal with a different situation when his wife was just basically 2 steps away from having sex with some other dude.
I was just happy he finally got some butt.
Really?
Yo, but when he confronted her, man, he knew dates. He was like, "What about March 8th?"
He always.
I don't know what I did yesterday.
I tell you this much. I mean, all of that aside, I think that I could probably live with both of them, but what I could not live with is Tasha Smith.
Yeah, crazy. Crazy.
I could live with
I would have walked away.
She came on his job?
It's not even that kind of stuff. It's just the voice and the constant bitching all the time. Like oh my God, man.
I would have walked away.
Nobody wants to hear that all the time.
She didn't even apologize for shooting up the bedroom.
I see that kind of stuff, man.
She shot up the bedroom. It was a gardener in the maid.
I don't remember the details of it.
Well, I just saw it.
Yeah, you just saw it. So I don't remember the details on what she did. Yeah. I just remember the feeling that I got that every time I would see, what's her name? Angela and Marcus, because his name was Marcus. Every time I would see them, I'd just be like, oh my God. Because now the TV show that they have,
it wasn't like
it's not as bad.
Yeah.
But they're different characters in that.
No, they're the same characters.
Oh,
wow. They're the same characters, just in a different set of a different friend group.
Yeah.
And whatnot.
Interesting.
So, very. So.
Cool. All right, Miss 3375. Number 6 is gone. Pick another number.
All right, let's go with my football number 3.
All right. Number 3.
He's enjoying this way too much.
Man, this is great. Kirk Cameron, who played in Growing Pains,
I knew he was going to talk about this.
Says, quote, "Wives are to honor and respect and follow their husband's lead, not to tell their husband how he ought to be a better husband. When each person gets their part right, regardless of how their spouse is treating them, there is hope for real change in their marriage." Unquote. Agree or nah? And for those people who want to call in, 804-402-2893. This might be one of those you're trying to get in on. Just letting you know. So, once again, Mr. 3375, you agree to this or nah?
I'm just still tripping out Kirk Cameron because all I can see is Growing Pains, man. Like,
yeah, that dude's. Yeah, I'm not saying he's crazy. I'm saying he's deep in his belief.
I mean, he's very deep in his religious belief.
And this ain't the first time he said some craziness, though.
Yeah, it's just ludicrous.
I mean, so if you
crazy.
So
in his world, that would happen, but not in
you're trying to say you can get your significant other to be like that?
Realistically, it's never gonna happen.
Marcus J.
I mean, the things that he says sometimes. Read that quote one more time. Read because we need to understand the full power of what he said.
Quote. This is an exact quote. I copied it exactly from it. "Wives are to honor and respect and follow their husband's lead, not to tell their husband how he ought to be a better husband. When each person gets their part right, regardless of how their spouse is treating them, there is hope for real change in their marriage.
That might be one of the most sexist things that you could possibly say.
Yes.
Like, you know, basically, you know, look here, woman. You know, you going. This is what he's saying.
Yeah.
You know, look here, woman. You know, I'm the man of this house, and the whole point of I run this, and the whole point of your existence is to hold me down. Don't ask me no questions. You know what I mean? And don't worry about what you think or what you feel.
Yeah.
Just worry about what I think and what I feel, and everything's gonna be all right.
Kitchen in the bedroom.
Kitchen in the bedroom is basically what he said, and that's just crazy.
So you say
that is so Ward Cleaver.
Yeah, it just I mean the world is not conducive to that, but that's those far right wing conservative values that, to be honest with you, and this is just my opinion. If you are with someone and they all right with that, then who are we to judge?
I mean, his wife is clearly all right with that.
You know, but who we to judge if you with somebody and they cool with that? But I don't know too many sisters that's going for that. I really don't. If you a sister and you go for that, then you want some more other shit, like for real. For real.
Oh man.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, wow. This question possibly couldn't have happened at a better time, you know, because, you know, I just think that when I read it, I was freaking out, man, because I was like, every time this dude talks, something crazy comes out, and he did not disappoint at all.
He always talking crazy. You never know exactly what you're gonna get from Kirk Cameron. That's the thing. Because he always, like, this is just the new thing.
Yeah.
Right. This is the new thing. But he always has a comment that comes out and you think to yourself, what's up with Mike Seaver, y'all?
Yeah, what's up with Mike Seaver?
like, why is Mike tripping? You know, why is Mike tripping? You know what I'm saying? And so I'm bugging out because, you know, the reality is we really, really, really did think tonight was going to be boys' night.
Yeah.
But, you know, something just happened that changed boys' night into now we got a chaperone.
Yeah.
And so we can't cuss. We can't leave the lid up. You know, we can't drink the juice out the carton.
Yeah.
You know, we can't do none of that and whatnot. And the reason for that is Big Sis just walked into the door. Y'all know her as our sister, S.Y. Butler. What's up, baby?
Hey.
How you are doing today?
Good.
You all right, yo? Moving a little bit gingerly over there.
Yeah.
And whatnot, you know.
I decided to come in because somebody has to watch the children.
Yeah, well, you know, what can I say? You know, I mean, we thought we was going to have boys' night.
Although your dads didn't pay me enough money.
Oh, my God.
Doing, bringing you up. I still feel a little responsibility.
Always trying to mess up stuff, man. Always trying to mess
Thought
up
we had the house to ourselves.
You know what I mean? We was about to have a super bad moment up in this joint.
No skanks allowed. Mama's home.
Like, damn. Shoot.
Mr. McLovin.
But you came in at the right time.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's something why. About if you a chick and you fall for that or something.
Before you answer that, I'm gonna throw out another trivia question.
Oh, it's the second one?
Yeah.
Oh, snap.
We already got the answer to the first one.
Yeah, we got the answer to the first one.
I mean, yeah.
This is a freebie.
We getting a double feature
today. This is a freebie. Anybody want to participate?
Okay.
What TV dad?
Do I win $20?
Sung the theme song to Different Strokes.
Oh, that's an easy one. Yeah, I mean, you want me to say it?
No.
Okay. Yeah,
I want them to say it.
Yeah, that's an easy one.
Different strokes.
Can I give a hint?
Different strokes to the world.
Don't even give a hint.
Because you already know what my hint would be.
It's totally easy.
Yeah, that's
totally
easy.
It's totally easy. So this is a freebie. The money is already gone for the first one. So all these is freebies.
I don't know. Was it Mr. Drummond?
No,
it wasn't Conrad Bain and whatnot.
I don't know.
So S.Y.
We're going to see if we can get some callers or some listeners. So
we having contests
anybody
and
call?
Stuff?
We just having a free fall.
402-2893.
Oh.
The first trivia question was the actor Leon. What he played Black Jesus in what video? And Said called in and gave us the answer.
Hey, Said. Leon the singer?
Yeah, slow. Leon the actor.
What Leon the singer?
Leon Leon Bridges?
Yeah,
Is that
yeah,
his name?
Leon Bridges. Yeah, he's a singer.
He's a singer.
I never heard of
Yeah,
that.
he actually
What?
got a song called Jesus too.
Oh my God, he gets down.
Yeah, he actually got a song called Jesus too. But yeah, it was Madonna's "Like a Prayer."
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Good. All right.
So,
Okay.
yeah, the excitement went strong on that one. So, SY, we had just gotten to the second part of the round table, and I want your opinion on this.
The round table already? Oh,
we
y'all really
doing
showing
it up.
out tonight.
We doing what we want around here.
Oh, y'all want Mama to go home?
No, Mama can stay now. She here.
She here now, damn. Shoot, all the
mean-
cock blocking is done.
I can stand bodyguard by the door.
Don't call, girl.
As long as they don't push me,
Yeah.
I'm good.
My mama's home.
Yeah, you
So-
bet not.
So, Kirk Cameron from Growing Pains, who used to play on Growing Pains,
Kirk Cameron, Growing Pains, curly head white boy.
Yep.
Got it.
he says, quote, "Wives are to honor and respect and follow their husband's lead, not to tell their husband how he ought to be a better husband. When each person gets their part right, regardless of how their spouse is treating them, there is hope for real change in their marriage." Unquote. Agree or nah?
I disagree.
Why?
You know, everybody needs a little lesson. So if he's doing something, or if I feel our relationship is getting to a point where it needs to have a little, what's the word I'm looking for? I don't know,
Change?
overhaul, then I'm going to tell him. I'm not going to sit there and, you know, these things are going on and I'm not comfortable with it or I'm not happy with it.
But are you going to ride or die for him?
He's my husband. I mean, as long as we're good, I mean, our problems aren't major problems, then yeah, that's my husband.
Interesting. That's a very interesting take. Because we both were like, all of us were like, hell no, that ain't going to happen. But that's kind of an interesting take.
That's my husband. I mean, he's my husband for a reason. I mean, we don't have major issues like I'm going to have to be like, okay, babe, you're going to be my ex-husband. So, yeah, that's my dude. I'm going to ride or die.
Wow. Man, maybe I'm not trying hard enough.
Why? What's the matter? Y'all thought the girls were going to say no.
Don't say y'all, say him.
Oh, you thought the girls were going to say no.
I mean,
That's a very sexist, inflammatory statement, which
Yeah.
is what we all said. And then you came in
Well,
and
I'm
co-signed it.
sorry.
yeah, you did. You co-signed strong.
No, I didn't.
Yeah,
It's
Yeah, you did.
boys up in here.
You was pretty.
so
Nah,
We
you
got,
were pretty much like, as long as we cool.
I asked the question.
I mean, her position is understandable.
Yeah.
You know, basically what her position is. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if that's how we roll, who the hell are y'all?
Yeah.
Basically, I mean, is that pretty close to
yeah,
what you're
pretty
saying?
much. I mean, that's our issue. That's not everybody else's issue.
I think the difference, though, is that when you have people in the public eye who have influence over other people, that's when it gets crazy. Because, you know, you remember Charles Barkley, I'm not a role model, all that kind of stuff. Well, you are. You know, whether you think you
Yeah,
are or
you're on
not.
TV, people look to you.
on TV, people look to you.
Yeah,
you know,
50-50
and Kirk
on that.
Cameron, you know, has placed himself in a position where, you know, the fact that we even hear this quote is because he was in a position where he was asked and asked and answered. And so I'm not saying that he should change his position because he cares what people think, but I think he should be aware that people are going to care about what he thinks. That's the difference. Just like with me, you know, I honestly, I don't really care if you agree with me. I really don't. You know, I've been called a race baiter by people who know me and people who don't know me. You know, I got told by someone who's very close to me recently that I should be ashamed of myself because of the things that I say on the show. Now, I respected it, but I didn't care. You know, and I told her so. I mean, I respected that she said that and that she felt that way. But at the end of the day, this is what I do. So, you know, I'm guessing that Kirk Cameron probably feels that way. Now, Jay and you, Rube, and I, we think that he's a crazy person for saying that. But, you know, we have a woman who's like, hey, yo, y'all tripping. That's how he feel. If his leg gonna roll with him, then he gonna rock with her. That's a mic drop moment for me.
Yeah.
I got a hit on social media from our sister Charisma. She said honor and respect goes both ways for both men and women. I expect chauvinists to agree with Kirk Cameron.
And that's a fair,
Yep.
that's a fair. And
That's kind of what we were thinking.
And you got three dudes in here who, at least not on this subject, are not chauvinists because we all disagree with them.
She also said to me, She said, Mr. 3375, you say you wouldn't ever find a woman like that. Would you want a woman who is cool with that? And I'm like, no, I have to have a balance.
Right.
Who wants to settle for someone who gives them no challenge whatsoever?
Yeah, I gotta have a challenge, man. Like,
I mean, everything you do is not okay.
Yeah,
everything I'm gonna do is not okay.
Right.
And it won't be where you're allowed to express yourself and I'm not.
Right.
It just won't be.
Right.
I think the only thing we should caution though is we shouldn't be doing stuff for the sole purpose of pissing them off.
Right.
We shouldn't be doing that.
Right.
Like if we're doing stuff and it happens to piss them off, then cool.
Then, I'm sorry.
Him or her.
Right.
That's what I'm saying. In the context of what I'm saying, it goes both ways. We shouldn't be doing stuff to try to, rock the boat. But if you do things that rock the boat, then we can deal with that.
Right.
We can deal with
if
that.
that's being done on purpose, then we're at a completely different level, and maybe that's a relationship that shouldn't happen or shouldn't be if we're going to do things back and forth to annoy the other one.
Right.
It just doesn't make sense.
No, I agree.
Water roses.
The day.
Yeah.
Water roses. All right. So SY, today we're doing a roundtable. However, I've decided to make it a choice for y'all to, instead of me determining the direction of where we go, you pick a number, and that's what I read. And we've already used number 6, and we already used number 3.
Hey, that's my birthday.
63?
No, 3-6.
Oh.
Yep.
Sweet.
Yeah, we did that on purpose.
Yeah.
I know you did. See.
So it's 1 through 7. So I need you to pick a number.
Oh, 1 through 7. I'm gonna pick 1.
Yes.
Oh, you was waiting for that.
I think I just made him happy.
You should be
like the Redskins gonna score a touchdown.
I didn't say what I was thinking.
Look, man. I know
You I was about to go there.
You're going to the wrong place. So this will touch Marcus in his heart. Will Jersey
I ain't
City's
got one of them.
will Jersey City's brawling Easter Bunny be vindicated?
Huh? What?
Will Jersey City's brawling Easter Bunny be vindicated?
Yeah, he did that to mess with me. There's a story there.
Yeah, it is.
And just for the record, I'm very versed in the story of where he's going. And he probably knows that. That's why his ass is having so much fun over there.
Yo, I saw this.
Can I go first?
No.
Once you read it, can I go first?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. So, charges against the Newport Center Mall Easter Bunny, who was videotaped brawling with a parent a week after Easter, will be heard in Jersey City Municipal Court. Quote, "We look forward to the bunny being vindicated," unquote. The attorney said of his client, 22-year-old Jersey City man, who was initially charged with criminal offense of aggravated assault a day after the March 20 incident. Pretty much what happened was he could face up to 3 to 5 years of state prison if convicted of the aggravated assault. In municipal court, he could only face 6 months in the Hudson County Jail if convicted of civil assault. Also charged with aggravated assault in a bizarre scuffle was some dude who was 44 who also lived in Jersey City. They don't know what's up with him yet. So, the dude was the Easter Bunny. And he was posing with the other guy's 15-month-old daughter. On his lap. And apparently he dropped the baby. And the girl's mother, the girl's mother, was a little upset. And the dude was like, yo, the child slipped out of the chair after the picture was taken. Yo, that's why it's killing me right now. What is he wearing? I'm sorry. So, tempers flared and the rabbit and the dude fought briefly. They were separated and then went at it again when the bunny ran back at the dude. So, an update has happened. The Easter Bunny who got in a scuffle with the father had a criminal charge against him downgraded. He was downgraded to aggravated assault charge and to the disorderly person's offense of simple assault. Of course, they're both from Jersey City. He's playing Easter Bunny. And the video posted online shows them exchanging punches at the Newport Center. They still don't know what's going on with the other dude. But the wife said the dad was trying to protect their child. Marcus J. Please make some sense of this, man.
Why? Because I'm from Jersey City?
I just figured this is something. Yeah,
okay. I mean, I know Newport Mall well. I spent many hours in Newport Mall. Not that matters, but I figured I would qualify my response. My high school, St. Anthony High School, is across the street from there, so I spent a lot of hours in there. My understanding of the story was that there was a beef, but they were fighting each other. The only reason why the story has been sensationalized is because you got an Easter bunny, a guy dressed as an Easter bunny, and a patron fighting each other. Otherwise, there's nothing to the story. It's no story. If it happened to be on a random Sunday in Newport Mall or any other mall,
if two dudes were just fighting,
but it's funny because many of us saw the video of a dude coming. Of course, I saw the video. Of course, I saw the video. Of course, I saw the video. You see the video of a freaking bunny and a dude fighting. I mean, it's crazy. But, the way you set it up by saying, will the bunny be vindicated? I mean...
That was the name of the article.
No, I got you. But my thing is, it doesn't really matter. You up in the mall fighting. It's assault. If two people are pressing charges against each other, then you got to deal with assault versus assault. And whatever happens in court, happens in court. You got video that shows who threw the first blow versus the other guy defending himself. Then so be it. You don't get to beat up somebody just because you're mad. You know what I mean? If someone has an accident, okay, they dropped the kid. But the thing is, did they drop the kid on purpose? Did they try to maliciously harm the kid?
Or did the kid just slide out?
Or the kid just slide out? If it was an accident, then the grown-up thing to do would be, you can be mad, you can bark, you do what you want, but doesn't mean you get to tussling in the freaking mall. Because at the end of the day, you got other people around and other things going on, and sometimes you just got to tone down the macho man stuff.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just got to be smart about stuff. And so I think the onus was probably more on the guy in the bunny suit simply because he's working. You know what I mean? He's at work. He's taking pictures and all that kind of stuff.
But if the dude starts punching,
then ain't nothing that you can do. So I'm with you. I'm with you. I mean, I don't know if I'm giving you what you're looking for, but this is what I got. That's what I got.
That's why. What do you think about this bunny punching?
I'm watching the bunny punching now. I really, you know what? It is. It's like Marcus said, did the baby fall by accident? And I can understand you wanting to protect your baby, but it's just so hilarious to see floppy ears fighting in the mall. And I'm looking at this, and yeah, his hood came off.
Imagine what happened to the other kid.
Can you imagine?
It's no Easter bunny.
Here's a good way now. All the kids have learned there's no such thing as the Easter bunny.
You know what it reminds me of? It reminds me of that episode of Fresh Prince where Will got to fighting with whatever.
What is the whale?
Whatever it was, and little Nicky wouldn't speak to Will for like forever because he was mad.
Oh,
That's what, I don't know if everybody remembers that, but that's what I thought of. Literally the first time I heard the story. 804-402-2893 is the number to dial.
Mr. 3375, what do you think? I mean, do you think the father was just in going after the bunny?
I'm gonna tell you something.
If that was you,
I'm gonna tell you something. I'm like the protector of my kids. My kid fall, it's a done deal.
No.
But the question is, did the kid fall? Or
for me, I probably wouldn't even, when it comes to my kids, I probably wouldn't even thought that the kid might have fell by accident or that he dropped. I just would have seen my kid fall, and I just would probably went straight to the bunny.
Punching.
Really?
No, that's terrible.
And I get it. And I totally get it. But in my mind at that time, I'll probably be like, oh, he just dropped my kid.
You're standing there. Your kid is right there. You're standing there. You can see, he didn't drop the kid,
right.
Or maybe the kid was sitting in the middle of his lap and he didn't just open his leg and the kid fell.
Right.
I could see if, he did something on purpose. That's not right.
And I get it. But that's why I don't have my kids believing in stuff. So
well, kids, there's no such thing when you used to. They know now. They know now.
I don't have my kids believing in stuff.
I'm the tooth fairy. I'm Santa Claus.
I'll be honest with you. I mean, I'm with you because I've always thought, like I caught a lot of heat for this, but I just think that is one of the most harmful things you can do.
You can
teach your child about freaking Santa Claus and the Easter Bunny. That's so stupid.
Yeah, it's retarded.
It's so stupid to me.
Retarded.
Let the kids grow up. Let the kids have fun. Let the kids be kids. Bad word that. Okay.
Let me tell you something.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, I'm not doing that.
No,
say what you want about me, but I'm not doing that.
I agree.
And I'm not paying money so that my kid can sit on their lap and take a picture.
Yeah.
So would you have gone punching Marcus?
Stupid. I mean, if I felt like my child was in danger, but see, that to me, like violence for me, just for me personally, is last resort.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like there are a lot of people who you hit them back. Like I got you on that. I got you, hit them back. But I'm also very cerebral and methodical in the things that I do. Am I going to get the maximum impact by striking them back, or am I going to get the maximum impact by handling it a different way? You know what I'm saying? Am I going to get anything other than feeling good because I hit them back
and losing your job
and losing my job and all of that kind of stuff, or am I going to in that moment, like, because just because someone hits you doesn't mean that you're in danger. Yeah. It just means they violated you. Mm-hmm. And so, are you looking for revenge? Or are you looking for ultimate get back? You know what I mean? Like, I would much prefer to bury you than to just kick a little dirt on you, if that makes sense. In that particular instance.
That makes sense.
And that fight was just kicking a little dirt.
And you're getting yourself in trouble.
And you got yourself in trouble. Yeah.
Because especially if you threw the first punch.
And especially if my child is involved. Because, I would much prefer for my child to see me in a controlled, methodical way than uncontrolled, out of control. Just
you're like, what happened to Daddy?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. That's just me.
All right, cool. We'll do one more, then we'll go to break. All right, Mr. 3375, you can pick any number other than 1, 3, and 6 to 7. 5.
Hey, isn't the Powerball $365 million?
Oh no, but I need to hit it.
What?
I think that too. Yeah, I think the Powerball is like 358 million or something.
All I'm saying, if I hit the Powerball, we going we going worldwide.
I just want some
word. Like I saying, going worldwide.
Hold you to that.
That's all I'm saying.
So, DC Comics is releasing their first.
Hold on, what number is this? I missed it.
5.
Okay, sorry.
DC Comics is releasing their first R-rated animated movie this summer. Batman: The Killing Joke.
Who?
Batman: The Killing Joke.
Okay.
This movie is adopted from the 1988 graphic novel in which Barbara Gordon is shot, kidnapped, and raped by the Joker and his men.
Oh my
and
God.
Commissioner Gordon, her father, is captured and tortured with pictures of the act before Batman catches the Joker and comes close to he ever has to killing the Joker. Good idea or nah?
No.
Marcus.
Sure, why not? Batman's character has been perverted into folks thinking that is Adam West. It's Batman is
I don't
not
think
Adam.
anybody thinks that anymore.
Well, I think people our age are still thinking about Adam West, even if we've had Christian Bale. He was the first Batman that most of us have ever seen.
Yeah.
So he was the first live action Batman that most of us have ever seen.
Terrible.
And so a lot of us still think of Boom Pow Bip. You know what I mean? And Michael Keaton, who is my personal favorite Batman, and, I've taken some heat for that, but it is what it is, started towards a little bit of darkness with some humor, all the way up to Christian Bale being completely dark, to Ben Affleck being surprisingly very good at Batman, but the character's gotten to be a bit darker. I think, given the right circumstances, Batman would snap your neck, personally. And so that doesn't bother me. It doesn't surprise me. It doesn't bother me because I also think that we expect the superheroes to not get angry and not want to kill you. Like Superman, for example. The reason why I like Henry Cavill is because he plays Superman in my mind the way Superman would be. If you was an alien from another planet that you couldn't really get down like you wanted to, you'd be pissed about that. You wouldn't be Christopher Reeve. Christopher Reeve, to me, even though that's who we grew up with, Christopher Reeve is closer to Adam West. than he would be to what the Superman character would actually be. So I know we're not talking about Superman, but to answer your question, I have no problem with that because I think Batman, given those circumstances, he would be thoroughly justified in doing whatever he needed to do to the Joker.
All right, Mr. 3375.
I'm gonna disagree with one thing. I didn't like Ben Affleck as Batman.
I haven't seen it yet, so I have no opinion.
I hated it. I just thought he was just the wrong person from the get-go, and I was right. But overall, good movie. But I think it's a good idea because realistically, things like that happen. You don't always arrive on time for things, and for that to happen, I think it'll be a good thing, man. It'd be a good thing because I mean, like he was saying, we always look at them as Adam West, Christopher Reeve. Now we're gonna see a superhero get real angry. That's why I like the new Superman. He got the leather coat, he got the gold tee. You gotta see the new cartoon, yeah. And he's real dark. Like he don't care about Earth, but he still does the right thing. Yeah, you gotta watch that. Yeah,
Nah, I don't.
yeah, watch the new cartoon. Crazy. Yeah.
All right, SY, what do you think?
Did I hear you say rape?
Yes.
No, I don't think it's a good idea. I mean, I don't think that I've seen all of the Batmans, but has there ever been anything so bad in a DC comic period as rape?
That is probably...
That's about as far as it's probably gone.
That's as far as it probably has gone.
But I mean, you've had plenty of murder.
Yeah. And I guess I probably should have prefaced this earlier. In the book, because I've read the graphic novel. I don't know if anybody else has read it, but they do not show the actual scenes of rape. Mm-hmm. They show pretty much pictures of her different body parts, and it's insinuated that he did this more so in the book. But I guess the rated R version, which I'm kind of interested in, because I don't think the graphic novel was rated R, but apparently they have pushed the envelope a little bit because it's probably a lot of blood, it's probably a lot of violence, rape situations, stuff like that. That's probably why it's rated R. I don't think you're going to actually see a rape.
Yeah, I'm not sure I'm comfortable with that.
But I think what you will see, honestly, is the part where, Commissioner Gordon, her dad, is in a cage with a tie on, buck naked, and in the book, he literally throws Polaroid pictures at him of his daughter after she's been shot in the spine through her stomach. And
that's when she becomes Oracle, right?
Well, that leads up to that, but because she was Batgirl, and then he found out she was Batgirl, and he shot her in her spine, so she's paralyzed. But then, while she was paralyzed, him and his men did work, and in the comic book itself, you see let me
ask because we're running out of time.
I'm sorry.
I'm going to stop you and ask you a direct question just so we can get to the heart of it. What is your ultimate question with regards to it? Because I'm not sure that SY and Marcus J are answering the same question. Because my question is, my answer was more about Batman. I think her answer is more about the rape.
Yeah, I mean, it's the basis on the movie, it seems like.
And my only thing that I'll say to that is I won't say plenty, but there have been movies and stuff that we've seen that rape was the
we're talking
the jump off
Batman.
part. But we're talking about Batman.
Yeah.
Okay,
well,
so that's your point. Okay,
I guess it is more about just the actual tone of it.
Okay.
The tone of it and what happens, because in no comic book cartoon has this ever been done. Yeah. Like in a major studio like Marvel.
Really,
but this is also for grown-ups. Like this ain't for kids.
Yeah, well, it's a rated R movie. However, just like Grand Theft Auto, you got some 13-year-old playing that.
But I mean, if anybody's ever seen Burn in Bed or Extremities, two very very good movies starring Farrah Fawcett, both of them had similar tones, and they both had elements of rape in them. Yeah. So I mean, are we in our feelings because it's a cartoon and it's Batman?
No,
I think it's Batman.
It's because it's Batman.
And if that's the case, then let's say that.
Yeah, I think it's because of Batman. Because
and that's okay.
Me as a big fan of like animation, like foreign animation, they have it in there all the time. They have rape in there all the time.
Right.
I think it's the fact that it's Batman.
Well, I think
I
part
think
of
that's
it,
really pushing it.
I think part of it is the fact that it's a very well-known character. I mean, the story itself is over 20 years old, almost 30 years old. But the thing about it is, you know, parents who buy cartoon movies for their kids, just like, you say that, but then they buy some of these horrible video games for their kids that they shouldn't have either. So the question is, you know, have we gotten to the point where it is time? Is it okay now to stretch that envelope?
No.
Can you educate the parent enough to know, yeah, maybe I'll need to pick up this one? Because realistically, you know, it's the difference between either Justice League comic books or even the Flash paradox, the Flash time paradox, and this. In the Flash paradox, I can't remember the name of it. Flash Break or something? That was pretty graphic. I mean, somebody got shot in the head straight up.
I think where that's why I can speak for herself, but I'm gonna kind of say what I think her deal is.
You think you know me?
Well, I'm going to say this because I think that this is where the disconnect is in the conversation. It's more about the fact that it's a comic and it's Batman. You know what I mean? Had it been something else, then maybe we're not having the same conversation because, you know, if we're looking at art being making movies, making animation, right? And so whatever art is, you know, we've seen the worst scourges of humanity create art. You know, and I reference Burning Bed and Extremities because those are the first two that come to my mind. But if you've ever watched Law and Order SVU, you're going to see the worst possible element of human nature on that show.
And you would expect it there. You would not expect it with Batman.
But you also would expect that if it's got a rated R element, that it's going to have some stuff in there that's pretty bad.
And sometimes rated R is just a whole bunch of cussing.
And sometimes it's some really graphic stuff.
So, I mean, once you get to the theater, you won't know until the movie starts.
It's coming straight DVD.
Even if it was at the theater, though. I think that's a good point.
Yeah.
But does it matter, though? Why does it matter? Because rated R is what rated R is. You know, if you go to see a Friday movie, you're going to get rated R rating because it's a lot of cussing and they're smoking weed.
Yeah. Right,
if
not because they're raping somebody.
Yeah, but if there's other movies, like, I mean, I can't think of a movie that was based on rape, but I'm sure there are plenty of them.
Wrong.
But maybe there's plenty of them. I mean, like...
Maybe the grading's wrong.
I think...
serial killer movies and all that kind of stuff.
I think, like... when I watch like HBO, it tells you it's rated R,
sexual
rape.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah,
it tells you.
And it
So
does that
might,
on video games too.
Yeah, so it might say that.
It's because it's a superhero movie. Right. And even as a parent, I like Batman.
Right.
And even as a parent, I wouldn't purchase it knowing. I think they've pushed the envelope too far with that.
Well, let me redirect. Do you think that DC needs to do more of a due diligence to let parents know about this movie? Do you think it's their responsibility to do that? Because this is very different from any cartoon movie that we've ever had.
Maybe they should.
But at the end of the day, they stamping the rated R tag on there.
They telling you.
Yeah, they telling you that this is something different.
Just like 25 years ago, you know, we started seeing the parental explicit label on hip-hop records. You know, before that, you know, you just bought it and then you heard N-word, F-word, N-word, F-word, you know, and then they got the label, and now you know, if you see something with a label on it and you buy it, you get what you get. I don't want to hear you bitching about it.
Yeah.
Well, you know what I mean? If you're going to slap a R rating on a cartoon, like, who remembers Heavy Metal when we was kids?
Yeah.
I still watch it.
You know,
I still watch
the cartoon Heavy Metal. That was about as graphic as any of us had ever seen at the time. Yeah. It was more graphic than some live action stuff. And it was animated.
It's even the new one.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And so, you know, I guess I'll take some heat here, but I mean, I know what the original thought of what the character Batman was supposed to be about. And I think that whether we are willing to admit it or not, we still think of Adam West. Like, Batman was a badass who would snap your neck if you did wrong.
Well, he doesn't kill people, so
he won't kill people. Like, we know that he won't kill people, but he's a badass. He's a badass, and Gotham is a very terrible place, and people going to get raped in Gotham.
Yeah,
they just are.
Yeah,
and he's going to have to deal with it.
Yeah, but I guess the thing about it is, has there been any Batman movies with a rated R tag?
But
I think not.
I think
so. This is going to be worse than any Batman movie live action has ever come out.
But I'm still not seeing a problem though, because at some point you still got to go there.
But at the same time, this is a story that's, like you said, is big. If you're a comic book fan, we already know the story.
Yeah,
we already know.
But it's
what
not
happened.
about. For me, I guess
we already know the story.
It's not about us.
And see, me, like I'm focused in on DC and Marvel.
Oh yeah, I can't wait till it comes out.
So when you said that, I was like, they really about to do that?
Yeah, I can't wait till it comes. They got a trailer out and everything.
Yeah,
but it's, I guess for me, I bring it up one to see what y'all thinking about, and I kind of figured how it would go, and it went how I thought it was going to go. But I guess the real question is, does DC really need to do maybe an extra little something on the box saying, hey, this is not for children, that sort of thing?
Definitely.
Because the fact that it's R-rated tells you that.
They won't.
But
no, I think it should be a little bit more to it.
But I'm going to tell you,
they won't.
We had a situation that got, and this is camp, and I'll just put it out there, the song Fancy, we did not play that at camp. We played it one week, and whatever, we stopped playing it. However, little Susie went home, hey, Mom, I want Fancy. So Mom went to iTunes and downloaded Fancy, even though right beside the part that she downloaded, it says in red, explicit. She downloaded it anyway, and she called and complained on us. Why y'all play this? We didn't play that. You weren't paying attention. And that's the problem. That's not the problem, but this is why I think
so is there a clean version of Fancy that you were playing at camp?
There is a cleaner version, radio version.
That's what I'm asking. There's a clean version that could have been played at camp versus her going and buying the explicit.
Correct.
So that's not a good analogy.
Well, no, but what I'm saying is Mom didn't pay attention enough to see the word explicit.
I got you on that, and I'm going to draw the parallel between Scream having an R rating and Friday having an R rating.
Yeah, which
one is more outrageous for you to watch?
Scream,
obviously.
Yeah,
and so I mean, but you also know that it's R rated,
right?
And so you're gonna get something crazy with an R rating.
Because Friday was funny, but just had the cussing in it.
That's why they
didn't rate it
R.
Drug use.
Yeah.